Hi there guys, it's 3:20 in the morning, I'm wide awake, it's Mental Health Awareness Week and I've decided I'm going to do a video on insomnia. Now, insomnia is the inability to sleep. I've just been flung awake, that's why I'm sat here in my dressing gown talking to you at the moment, and well, it's one of the biggest problems of my life since around about 10 years ago, since I was around about 15, and perhaps even before that, but not severely. Now, throughout my life I've suffered from different types of insomnia, generally just the type where I cannot get to sleep, where I just lie there awake night after night. I can't get to sleep at certain times, normally they're normal hours, unsociable hours, night time. Get very nervous and very anxious when it comes time to actually go to sleep, especially if I've got something important on the next day. But otherwise it can sometimes cause me very little sleep. For example, I will lie down, I will fall asleep and wake up half an hour later feeling fresh as a fucking daisy, and I cannot get back to sleep for the life of me, but I feel so exhausted. I can go without sleep for a few days and then just crash for hours and hours and hours. We're talking around about between 12 and 16 hours in total here. Honestly, at the moment it's the best it's been in years, because when I was around about 18 it got so severe that I would just stay awake constantly and rely on my body to kind of shut down to make me go to sleep. That is quite dangerous, to say the least, and you can probably imagine why. The way that insomnia affects me, first off, it makes me very anxious and nervous, as I mentioned before, but otherwise it makes me eat a lot more than I probably should do, because I feel the need to kind of get energy from other sources. I just eat and eat and eat sometimes. Other times I feel the complete opposite way. I feel like I shouldn't be eating at all, to kind of deprive myself so I will go to sleep. It goes without saying it affects my social life in drastic ways, it means that I have to call off things quite often, stuff like that. It's not like I go out much anyway these days. Oh dear. It affects my mental health in other ways. It makes me depressed a lot, you can probably imagine. It can get me angry at times. It does make me ill. I can come down with cold symptoms every so often, even though I haven't got a cold. It also, I believe, I can't really prove this or anything, but I believe it does lower my immune system. Can't explain why I get ill all the bloody time, or used to anyway. So what exactly caused my insomnia? That's a bit of a tough question to answer, because it gets into kind of personal things, I guess, but I used to suffer from a lot of reoccurring nightmares about very kind of painful experiences for me. Having a bit of a troubled childhood otherwise, I would tend to stay awake until early hours a lot as a kid. And especially as a teenager, I remember sitting up playing Guild Wars 1, like, all night. Most nights, I think otherwise, another thing that causes it is a worry of being unproductive. When you lie in bed, it's pretty normal for your brain to go, oh, I could be doing this, I could be writing this down and doing this tomorrow, or this, that, and the other. It's that kind of thing. But I get it to the point that I feel the need to get out of bed and get into my dressing gown and do a bloody webcam video for YouTube. Yeah. I think another minor cause would be my love for unsocial hours and night. What can I say? Who doesn't like night? It's so much more attractive than day for the most part. You got the stars out, nice cool breeze, it's lovely to go out at night in my opinion. Maybe I'm just a vampire, I don't know. Another cause that I found made it a lot worse was when I was on antidepressants when I was a teenager. Certain ones definitely made it a lot worse for me. Side effects of antidepressants are very vast and numerous, so yeah, that kind of happened for me for the most part. Otherwise, back when I was a teenager, and this is a bit of an interesting one, it used to coexist with my OCD as well. I could not fall asleep unless I was listening to certain songs and stuff like that, and if I didn't have access to them, there was no way I was getting sleep that night. It's really weird, really bloody weird. I might do another video on OCD at some point, as I did suffer from that for a good few years, but that's mostly sorted out now, so, I feel another major issue, actually, that causes it, for the most part, is acceptance of it. I think acceptance is kind of a bit of a big issue around that, because yes, I've had insomnia. I've suffered from very severe insomnia for well over 10 years now. I'm kind of hit the point where I'm like, okay, well, I may as well just cope with it. I may as well just edge around it. I don't feel like I'm getting rid of it anytime soon. Not that I would not like to. I really, really would. I envy people who can sleep normally. I really, really do. It is such a good feeling to be able to go to sleep at night and wake up in the morning. Enough said. So, getting rid of insomnia. I have tried many, many things in the past. There's a lot of things that I've found do not help me in the slightest, and they're normally things that people will recommend the most. Relaxing before bed, exercising before bed, listening to nice music, not playing video games or looking at light screens before bed, reading a book before bed. You know, all these different things, they never ever worked out for me, ever. And yeah, I've tried them many, many times regardless, you know, just kind of hoping that maybe someday they'll work, but they never do. They never ever do. One of the things that majorly works for me, unfortunately, is sleeping pills. And I'm not talking about the kind of herbal, nice ones. They do fuck all for me, unfortunately. It's called Zopiclone, and it is strong stuff for the most part. It tends to knock you out, and it has a lot of side effects the next day. Like, you feel incredibly groggy, so what's the fucking point in even taking them in the first place for the most part? But otherwise, I suffer from a really dry mouth the next day, and headaches. I don't normally suffer from headaches, so that's kind of a big deal for me. And yeah, many other things, like my bones start to feel a bit weird, and I feel all cranky and stuff. And also, you can't take too many of them because they're very, very addictive. The doctor will not prescribe you them very often as a result of that. So yeah, it is really something I would like to sort out. I mean, I'm 25 now. I'm 25. It's a problem. It's a major, major problem, and it affects me in so many ways, as I've described. So what do I do? What do I do? I'm pretty sure if I didn't have insomnia, I would put out so many more videos, because I'd be so much more productive. I had a day today where I woke up at 9 o'clock, having gone to sleep 11 o'clock the previous night. Now to me, that is a good night's sleep. I woke up feeling like shit at first and was like, fucking hell. You know, I hate sleeping normally. Sometimes I just get like that, you know. But after a good hour, I woke up, you know, and I felt good. I got a lot done. I can think, I can concentrate. I really struggle with concentration when, you know, I haven't slept properly. Who doesn't? And it was just nice. It was nice to have a normal day. But then, lead on to today, I try to go to bed at midnight, and I lie there for about an hour, I think, fall asleep for about 20 minutes, wake up at about 1:30, and then just lie in bed until 3 o'clock when I decided to make this video. So yeah, that's today out the fucking window, isn't it? I mean, soon I'm going to be very tired. Do I go to sleep? Do I wait for the next day? You know, these are the kind of questions that run through my head day to day. And I fucking hate it. I cannot stand it. So yeah, here's me saying that over the next 3 months or so, I am going to be trying my damn best to sort this out. I'm going to be trying everything possible to, you know, sort it out, because I love the concept of being able to sleep normally. Who doesn't? And I just want to say that if you, who is watching this, is an insomniac, I'd really like to hear your experiences with insomnia, and, you know, I really feel for you. I really, really hope that you can sort it out, if you consider it a problem, if you consider it to affect you negatively. You know, at one stage in my life, I thought it was kind of a blessing for the most part to be able to stay up and keep working and stuff like that, but I'm getting older. And it's getting harder to deal with. I hope this video's perhaps helped you, or helped you understand something, or I don't know what angle I was going for here with this, but yeah. Thank you very much for watching. I may do another video like this in future, depending on how this one does. It's been nice talking about it, I guess. Helped me kind of understand a little bit more about myself and really ponder on this situation. Yeah, I just hope I can sort it out. take care of yourself, guys, and sleep well. Oh, I just want to apologise for all the mess in the background, by the way. I don't know if you watched my previous video, but I've been having to kind of rip up my home and, you know, deal with a bunch of stuff because of the infestation that I have here. It's lovely, yeah. So pretty much everything's in the front room at the moment, or kind of for the most part. The other rooms are kind of a bit emptied out due to it. So yeah, just excuse all this. Maybe I'll crop the video just so you guys can't see it. That might be best.